Hey there, I am doing it different this week. So it's Sunday the 27th of April and I have decided that this week I am going to come in and do a little video every day and just literally patch them together, and that will be my video for my 4th week of walking 10 kilometers a day for 12 months. So it is Sunday the 27th of April, as I said. It is the beginning of the 4th week, and this week I'm going to come in, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the books that I've been listening to via Audible and also some of the books I'm actually reading. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about them because, you know, we all love to read and listen to different things, and some podcasts I've been listening to as well that have, I guess, helped me stay disciplined throughout the first 3 weeks, and have also helped me just learn a bit more about myself. And I am very big at the age of 60 on learning new things, and particularly learning stuff about myself and trying to better myself every single day. That's, hopefully you've got that by now if you've been a viewer of my videos. So I'm Lisa, and our channel is a mixture of things from family, travel, health, wealth, that all create joy for us. And we decided that once we hit 60, we really wanted to celebrate and embrace aging. And we are highlighting and I guess showcasing that via our YouTube channel in the different ways that we can do it. Mine right now is walking 10 kilometers a day. So a few audibles that I have been listening to. David Goggins, I've listened to 2 of his books, Can't Hurt Me, and I think the second one is called Never Finished. Anyway, they are very good books if you require to keep disciplined, if you are really looking for something that pushes you, you know what, shoves you, really, doesn't even push, it shoves you into being disciplined for getting the things that you want out of life. Then I recommend listening those 2 books. The thing I enjoyed about listening to those books was that at the end of each chapter, David Goggins and the guy narrating it actually come in and do a bit of a podcast and talk through the previous chapter, which gives better insight into why he does what he does. So the 2 David Goggins books, really good, and the current one I'm listening to is called Financial Feminist, and that is obviously around money and having a better understanding of money. And I don't care how old you are, I don't think you can ever stop understanding our own relationship with money. Anyway, I'm going to go off and finish my walk. That's my start, and I will talk to you tomorrow. See ya. All right, happy Tuesday. It's Monday. It's not Tuesday, it's Monday, the 28th of April. I've just sat in the car because I've just done a 4.5 kilometre walk around the lake, but it is way too windy out there to even try and have a conversation. So I did 4.5 kilometres earlier on this morning, 4.5 kilometres around the lake because Paul has physio. So I've dropped him off at physio and then just driven, I don't know, a couple of 100 meters down to the lake. Well, actually I probably could have walked, but anyway, and walked around. I had a beautiful walk. I don't normally walk around here, but now that Paul's back at physio, I will find myself walking around this lake probably 3 times a week, which is just beautiful to have a different scenery. The other thing, I was listening to a beautiful friend of mine who was running a masterclass, and just so nice to walk and listen to a familiar voice, and just really confirming. She's running a beta testing for a course that she's doing, so I was invited to participate in that, which I'm very grateful for. But reminded me that sometimes we have to challenge ourselves and we need to reframe the way we think. And I often thought, is this it? Is this all that life has to offer me? And I would say it in a way maybe with more despair, but I'm reframing that to say, is this actually it? Or is there a lot more that I can put into my life? Because I mentioned yesterday that I read the book by David Goggins called Never Finishes or something like that. But he also challenges that life has so much to offer. You just have to put in, like you have to go out take the opportunities, do the thing. So Santan, who I listened to today, one of my friends, she also reminded me that I need to have more fun in my life and I need to be more feminine in my ways of doing. So I really enjoyed my walk today. I enjoy my walks every day, but I feel like at the end, I've done 10 kilometers now for the day, and I just feel really quite uplifted and inspired. So I'm going to share more of this on this channel through, different ways, not just through my walking. If I can inspire you in one little way to go out and do something a bit more bold today than what you would usually do, that would be amazing. So have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday today, Tuesday the 29th of April. I'm out on my walk. It's actually about 20 to 9 in the morning, and it is such a beautiful time of the day to walk up here because there is no one along the walking tracks, or very few people, which is nice some mornings, just to not have to duck and weave people. So thanks for staying with me. If you've stayed this far, I'm doing this one a little bit differently. I'm patching all my days together. I wanted to talk a little bit about joy today, and I'm very aware that around the world right now, I don't know, sometimes it can feel a bit hopeless, a bit lost, but people can feel a bit lost in what's happening. But I always challenge you to go out and find something joyful. I'm a big believer, what you seek you will find. And I know that when I'm walking, one of the reasons that I love to walk, I don't normally do 10 kilometers a day for a year, but one of the reasons I love to walk is because I always find something that sparks a bit of joy in my heart. And I think if you can do that 2 or 3 times a day, it can actually make you feel better. So I challenge you today. I think yesterday I challenged you to go out and do something, a little bit more bold than what you would normally do. Today I actually challenge you to go out and find some joy in the world, even if it is a little butterfly, even if it is a bird, even if it is a child laughing, or something fun that you do. One of the things I did talk about yesterday is bringing more fun into my life, because I've realized that sometimes when your world is changing, which mine and Paul's definitely is changing, we're at that point about, what does the future look like for us? You can get just caught up in that, and you can get, so sideswiped by life that you forget to have some fun. So, find some joy, have some fun, do something that lights your heart up and lights your soul up. Because we only have one short life to live, and none of us ever know when we will take our last breath. I know that sounds pretty morbid, but it's one of the things, it's true, none of us do. So I encourage you to go out today, make the most of the day wherever you are in the world, whether it's sunny like it is here on the beautiful Gold Coast, whether it's rainy in your part of the world, or snowy or cold or whatever. Even if you just go out for 5 minutes, breathe in some fresh air, take some deep breaths, find something joyful, have a bit of fun, and you will feel a difference in your world. You will shift, something will shift in you. And if you can do that every day, whatever that shift is in you will happen every day, and you will see the world through a different lens. So have a beautiful day, and I will going to continue my walk now, and I will talk to you tomorrow. See ya, bye. Good morning, it's Wednesday the 30th of April. A third of the year has gone already. Can you believe it? I don't know, some days I just wonder where the time actually does go, because it seems to go really quickly the older you get. I'm feeling quite heavy this morning. I did not have a good night's sleep, and one of the things that I wanted to really try and do through this process is to be honest and talk about the things that were coming up for me while I was walking. Now, it's been almost 4 weeks, so like I've said, I've had a lot of time to spend with myself. If you think it's about 2 hours a day. And yeah, I feel it's one of those things where, I've talked about the fact that all I want to do is better myself. I'm not better than anyone else in any way, shape or form. This is just about me being better every single day, and about up-leveling my mindset and my health through doing different things. And this is about me. I've got beautiful family around me. I've got beautiful friends around me who I love. I love them all dearly. But I'm finding that as my mindset in particular is up leveling, that I'm worried that I'm making other people feel uncomfortable because of some of the things and boundaries that I'm putting in place. And the challenge is, because I feel like I'm making them feel uncomfortable, I may not be, they may not feel uncomfortable at all, but because I feel like I am, the challenge for me is to keep up leveling and not dropping back to the person that I was yesterday, because it defeats the whole purpose of what I'm trying to do. And I'm a big believer that in life, every single day of our life, we should be trying to improve ourselves, to be better than ourselves. So I'm feeling a bit heavy right now because I feel like I have up leveled and not everyone is there with me, and that's okay. They don't have to be. But yeah, I'm feeling uncomfortable because I feel like they're uncomfortable, which is really weird. But it's just the process that I'm going through, and I don't know whether anyone else has been through that, or if that's how anyone else feels when you're trying to improve yourself. I mean, what I would hope is that people choose to be inspired by what I'm doing and come along for the ride, but not everyone will, and I get that. This isn't for everyone. But yeah, so feeling a bit heavy today. I did not have a good sleep last night. A lot of family dynamics happening at the minute, which is not a bad thing. This is the point. These things will come up for me. This is what happens when you decide to level up yourself and to sit with your feelings. It will bring stuff up, and I need to deal with it. So like I said, I'm not going to share everything on here, but I will share some stuff. So anyway, I am going to go find that joy that I preach about, which I will find, and have a beautiful Wednesday wherever you are in the world, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Oh, check out, we did put a travel video up during the week, so check that out. We're going to start to put more of our travel videos up so that we can share them, and then from sometime this week or next week, we're going to start sharing some just daily stuff as well. So have a beautiful day. See ya. Well, good morning. Happy Thursday, the 1st of May. May, here we go. What a difference a day can make. I really connected in with myself yesterday, and I really connected in with some people who could uplift me. Not in a way to make, to put me on a pedestal, but to really help me go deep in a few things. And I think what I've learnt over my time, and particularly in my business that I'm in, is that having a mentor is essential. So last night I actually sat and did a very powerful vision. I did some powerful vision work about where I am now, where I want to be, who I want to be, all the things. And it helped me really plan out the next 5 years, to be honest, around a range of things. So my message today is really get a mentor of some sort. It doesn't have to be a business mentor, whatever you want to call them. I know it's a beautiful sunrise, by the way. Whatever you want to call them, but get a mentor. And even if you have to invest, because it's worth it, to show you the things and the parts of you that you can't always see, and to show you the things that are possible for you. And, a good night's sleep, my vision, legacy work that I did last night, had a beautiful conversation with Paul about where I'm at, who I am, where I want to be and who I want to be, and just really connecting into myself. Again, that's the work that I've been doing over this first 4 weeks of walking 10 kilometers a day. It's not easy work, and you don't have to be walking 10 kilometers a day. I've said this before. You don't have to be 60. In fact, if you are 25, if you are 20, start doing this now. If you are 30 or 40 or 50, start doing this now. Do this work now, because it makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. So I'm actually walking, I'm partway through my walk this morning. I'm listening to a Joe Dispenza meditation, who I really, I have, and I'm also reading his book, Unbecoming Myself, or whatever the name of the book is. I'll share it later. And just really dig deep into what is possible for you, because you are limitless. The only limits we put on ourselves are the ones that are in here. So have a beautiful Thursday. It is May. What are some of your goals for May? I'd love to know in the comments below. It doesn't matter what they are, big, small, whatever. Have a beautiful day and I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya. Happy Friday, the 2nd of May. Oh, it's looking very ominous out the back there. I'm walking around the lake. I don't know if it's going to rain. It's bloody cold this morning. Anyway, it's been a big week. It's been a good week. And yeah, this is the actual end of my 4th week of walking 10 kilometres a day. I'm wondering whether I'm going to keep doing the 10 kilometres a day or pare it back. I don't know. 3 weeks ago I would have felt shame about saying that, but I'm like, maybe I could pare it back a bit. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Because, you know, my commitment to myself is just really about actually getting out and walking and being with my thoughts. And I'm like, I can actually do that in 5 kilometres. Why am I doing 10 kilometres? But anyway, we'll see what happens over the next coming days. I'm still worried about that cloud behind me. I mean, I know it's only rain, but I've just started and it's a 4 kilometre circuit. So I hope you've had a great week. I hope that, you know, you've gone out and found some joy in your life this week. I hope maybe you started to understand that some of the work that you might need to do to get to where you want to be is the inner work, and that it's not easy, but it's worth it. One of the things that I also wanted to do from this was that to really have the discipline around my business, and I'm starting to find the flow and effects to my business from being disciplined in walking the 10 kilometres a day. So maybe I need to keep walking the 10 kilometres a day. We'll see. Have a good one. And as we roll into the weekend, but by the time you see this, it'll already be the weekend, will almost be over. Do something that really lights your soul up. Big love to you all. Alrighty, so we are at the end of the 4 weeks, and here is my wrap up of the week that has just been. I hope you enjoyed the previous videos that I shared each day. I would also love for you to subscribe to our channel, Travel With Us, Paul and Lisa, and give us some likes and some comments about anything that you might have been inspired to do over the last 4 weeks. So the 3 things that have really set in for me is, number 1, I've learned how to negotiate with myself. I've learnt that while I'm out walking, and depending on how I feel, I can actually negotiate to go the full 10 kilometres in one go, even though I might have left home with the intent of only doing a few kilometres. So that negotiation skill with myself has been really important, because it's led me to the fact that I know that I actually know what I'm talking about in my head, and I can do the hard things. Number 2 is I have a schedule, and I have this, like my whole day is scheduled out, and it's been really important. Now, the thing I have learnt to be is flexible with that schedule. So even though everything is scheduled in for my days, including things like shopping, watching TV, you know, doing the cleaning, whatever it is, that visiting friends, visiting family, it is all scheduled in. There are days where I'm flexible with how that might go, because some days I start my walk later. Some days in the morning when I get up, I feel like doing some YouTube stuff versus going out and walking straight away. As the months get a bit cooler, I might decide to do a bit more business stuff in the morning and then go for a walk later on in the afternoon. But what I know is that everything in that schedule gets done every single day because I've scheduled it in. Number 3 is I have learnt to be kind to myself as well. So I've come back from my walks the last few days, and I've actually gone in and sat in a spa for half an hour or so, just to actually let my muscles, whatever they have to do, whatever my muscles in my legs have to do. I don't know, I'm not a sports physiologist or anything like that. I just know that getting some hot water into my legs when I get back off my walk is really kind to them. They still hurt, and that, like I said last week, they're probably going to hurt forever. but now I'm being kinder to them. So they're my 3 things. I hope you've had a beautiful week. Again, I would love to hear anything that you might have done this week that is going to set your future self up for success, whether it be about health, wealth, family, friendships, joy, whatever it is. I hope that you've done something in the last week that gets you closer to one of those things. Big love. Have a beautiful week. Don't forget, I've got some travel videos coming up too, and subscribe and like and comment. We would love that. Talk soon. Big love. See ya.